welcome to another edition of Tuesdays with the Disability Policy for All. I have the great fortune to be interviewing my friend Maureen Van Stone, who is the Youth Director of the Center for Developmental Disability at the Comanche Creek Art Institute in Maryland, and a friend of mine. She is one of the co-chairs of the AUCT Policy Committee. Today, we're going to be talking with her about the new variant that is called Omicron. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And why taking the boosters for COVID is so important. So welcome, Maureen.
Thank you for having me, Liz. I appreciate the opportunity to speak with you today.
The first question is, why is it important that the FDA approve the COVID-19 shots booster?
That's a great question, Liz. And so it's really important that the FDA give emergency use authorization for the COVID-19 shot and the booster to determine its effectiveness and safety. And so, as you know, we've gone through a number of iterations of the FDA approving use of the Pfizer vaccine, Moderna, the J&J, and now the booster. So it's important for the public to know that the vaccine is safe and effective for use.
You said iteration. What does that mean?
So iteration means multiple levels of review of the studies of the effectiveness of the COVID-19 vaccine.
Thank you. As I like to say, all means all, and I heard the FDA approve vaccines for kids. Why is it a good idea for everyone over the age of 5 to get their COVID-19 shots?
Great question, Liz. It is so exciting that school-age children now, anyone over the age of 5 can get their COVID-19 vaccine, and we strongly encourage them to do so that they can return to normal activities like going to school and playing sports and being with their friends. So this availability of vaccine to school-age children is so exciting and so critically important for parents to know.
Thank you. Why do you think people are not ready to get their COVID-19 shots?
I think people have fear because of the quickness in the approval of the shot. And so people are nervous that it hasn't been researched long enough. I also think particularly in the disability community, where people have other underlying medical conditions, they're nervous about how the vaccine might affect them and any of their potential underlying medical conditions.
Thank you. I have heard that there's a new variant called Omicron, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Do you know if it will cause people to get more sick?
So Liz, we don't have enough information at this time about the new variant. While the variant has existed in other countries around the world, it is brand new to the United States. But I think the most important message to share with your audience is it's critically important to get your vaccine, and if you can, get your booster.
Okay, thank you. What would happen if you don't get the COVID-19 shots or the booster shot?
I think there's a lot of fear that you could become seriously ill. You could have long-term, short or long-term effects of COVID-19 if you were to become infected. And in some really, severe cases of COVID-19, we've seen death both in children and adults. So that's why it's critically important to do everything that you can to protect yourself from getting COVID-19. And that includes getting your vaccine series and the booster when you're eligible.
Okay, thanks. What requirement do you need to have to get the booster shot?
6 months after you've completed your series of either the Pfizer vaccine or the Moderna vaccine. So if you've completed the series and it's 6 months, then it's time to get your booster. If it's the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, the CDC is now recommending you get the booster 2 months after you got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Right now, boosters are widely available for any adult over the age of 18 across the United States. So it's really exciting. We have a lot of access to vaccine now. And so folks that are watching Tuesdays with Liz can visit their local health departments. They can go to their primary care physician. There are lots of clinics being set up in sites across the country. So now is the time to get the booster.
I had the great fortune to be interviewing my friend Kenny Kelty, who won the Tuesdays with Liz contest this year on vaccine. Kenneth has also been a Think College advocate as he goes to University of North Carolina. So welcome, Kenneth. The first question is, what was it like getting the COVID-19 booster shot?
I was definitely glad to get it. The first shots I had to get was early in the morning, like where we had to wake up at 5 while I was in Raleigh. And thankfully there were no bad side effects, maybe a little tired afterwards, but luckily the day of when I got both my boosters, then my third one was not a work day. This was good, so I could relax a little bit.
That's good. I got mine always on a Friday or a Saturday, so I could rest. Have you done any advocacy in your community around the booster shot?
I've done a little bit by sharing posts from trusted sources about why the vaccine helps. And in September, through the Carolina Institute for Developmental Disabilities, I did a talk with some other self-advocates and professionals about why it's important to get their vaccines and booster shots, which you can find on the website of the Carolina Institute for Developmental Disabilities, September talks.
Well, I think I know you're a great advocate, so I imagine that was really useful to you and your friends.
All right, thank you.
Why do you think that all people should get their booster shot?
All people should get their booster shot so we can move forward and hopefully get to see our new normal whenever that is. So make sure you get your booster shots when ready.
Thank you. I look forward to seeing you in the future. Thanks, Kenneth.
Thank you. I look forward to seeing you in person in the future.
Bye.